A Pentagon intelligence official says that China's long-awaited low-observable H-20 bomber is not really a concern for the U.S. military. The remarks are similar to the past assertions from U.S. defense leaders regarding China's J-20 fighter, which is also touted to be a stealth aircraft. The Xi'an H-20 is projected as a subsonic stealth bomber. It's referred to as a critical project by the People's Liberation Army Air Force and will be the first dedicated strategic bomber developed by China. In this video, Defense Updates reports on the U.S. military not being concerned by Chinese H-20 bomber. Let's get into the details. Before we proceed, a word on NordVPN, which is one of the most trusted VPN brands worldwide that has a no-log policy validated by Deloitte, an industry-leading Big Four auditing firm. NordVPN provides an encrypted tunnel that protects your privacy by preventing external entry to your internet traffic, as well as enabling you to access content that's blocked based on geolocation. Best of all, with one NordVPN account, you can secure up to 6 devices at the same time. Get an exclusive NordVPN deal with massive savings by going to nordvpn.com/defense or clicking the link in the description. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. The anonymous official who spoke to the online breaking defense news portal on condition of anonymity indicated that the Xi'an H-20's capabilities would not be able to keep up with its U.S. counterparts. The official said in the article published, "The thing with the H-20 is when you actually look at the system design, it's probably nowhere near as good as the US LO or low-observable platforms, particularly more advanced ones that we have coming down." The official added, "They've run into a lot of engineering design challenges in terms of how do you actually make that system capability function in a similar way to like a B-2 or a B-21. Despite its lack of specifics, the final statement implies that the U.S. intelligence community has some knowledge regarding the challenges China is facing in developing stealth capabilities for the H-20. Also, it seems to suggest that even if achieved, the resulting low-observable features are unlikely to rival those of the B-21 or even the B-2, which is over 35 years old. Given the significant head start the United States has in this area, perhaps such a revelation shouldn't come as a shock. China is developing the H-20 to replace its Xi'an H-6 bomber, which is a Tupolev Tu-16 produced under license in China. It's worth noting that the secrecy surrounding the Chinese bomber is so intense that its designation remains unconfirmed. Nevertheless, it's being developed by the Xi'an Aircraft Industrial Corporation (XAC) and is widely anticipated to be a flying wing type aircraft, similar to the B-2 and B-21. Indications point to the H-20 becoming the first Chinese military aircraft to possess intercontinental range capabilities. Over the years, various models and computer-generated images have emerged on the internet, with certain ones being featured in publications administered by state-owned defense firms. Defense experts have identified a number of consistent attributes on these models, which include notched air intakes, swept-back kite-like wings, and adaptable paired tail surfaces that can transition between horizontal tail planes and V-tails. Anticipations were high for the aircraft to make its public debut before the conclusion of 2022, but this has not materialized. In March 2024, during the second session of the 14th National People's Congress, the Vice Commander of the People's Liberation Army Air Force, Wang Wei, indicated that H-20 will be revealed very soon. The main reason for the U.S. military being so sure regarding the relative underperformance of H-20 vis-a-vis American counterparts is because Chinese stealth technology is still rudimentary. Chinese Chengdu J-20 was exposed in 2018. Indian pilots on Russian-made Su-30 MKIs from Indian airspace managed to detect and track the new Chinese jets when they were conducting flight training over Tibet. The disclosure didn't come from any independent analysts, but from an official source. Indian Air Force Commander Arup Shah said, "The Sukhoi's radar can see them. The new Chinese jets are not so invisible after all. No special technology is required to detect the J-20, as it can be detected by ordinary radar stations." As per most experts, the radar cross-section, or RCS, of the J-20 is much higher than the F-35. The F-35 has an RCS equal to a metal golf ball, or about 0.0015 square meters. The J-20 would have a radar cross-section of about 0.0100 square meters. Having a 4 to 10 times larger radar cross-section means using equally powerful radar, the American plane would detect the J-20 at twice the distance. General Kenneth S. Wilsbach, who is currently the commander of Air Combat Command, had offered his input into China's growing fleet of J-20 stealth fighters. He had pointed out that the J-20 has been developed using stolen tech. Over the years, China has persistently targeted the U.S. with sophisticated cyber attacks. China obtained more than 50 terabytes of data from U.S. defense and government networks, notably the F-35 Joint Strike Fighter's stealth, radar, and engine secrets through cyber espionage. The NSA estimated that the Chinese had conducted more than 30,000 cyber attacks as part of the massive defense industrial espionage, and that more than 500 attacks were significant intrusions in the Department of Defense, or DoD, systems. More than 1,600 network computers were penetrated, and at least 600,000 user accounts were compromised by Chinese cyberspying. In all, the NSA concluded that the Chinese compromised key components of the F-35, including critical aspects of the F-35's stealth capability, moved to the Chinese hand. While this provides China with some quick insights, there is no substitute for real R&D. As regards a potential unveiling of H-20, the same Pentagon intelligence official observed, "You may choose to unveil it just because they want to show that they're a great, military power. That doesn't necessarily mean it actually delivers the kind of capability that they would need or the quantity that they would need," according to the same article in Breaking Defense.
Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.